Hey guys, we have another wonderful speaker lined up. This is one of my good friends, Mike Filsaime, who I've known for probably about 20 years or so now. He is one of the OGs of digital marketing. I mean, you have probably encountered various products of his over the years. Butterfly marketing is really the first thing that put him on the map that I remember. And then he switched into doing a lot of stuff with webinars with Webinar Jam and Ever Webinar. And then Kartra was another tool that pretty much everyone has used. And then the last couple years, he's been focused on a company called Groove.cm, and he's got a new tool coming out called Groove.ai. Mike, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Good to be here, Rita. I appreciate it. Say hi to Larry and hi to everybody out there in AI world.
Awesome. Well, you've done so many things over the years, and now you're getting into the AI space. So what's the transition here, and what brings you to AI?
Well, I'm a techie geeky guy that grew up with a couple of things going on. My dad owned a Mazda dealership when I was growing up. And before he owned the Mazda dealership, he was like one of the top salespeople at a Mazda dealership. Saved his money, bought Wantagh, Mazda, Peugeot. I don't know if they're still around in Wantagh, Long Island. They were when I left in 2013. And so I grew up in a very sales-oriented household. And so my dad, that rubbed off on me. And that's, I think, why I got into the car business in 1990, got out in 2004, got that from my dad. But in my 1983 in 10th grade, at the end of 10th grade, this thing comes out, the Commodore 64, and I got it to play games. So came with a joystick, the Atari joystick, and I was playing games, but I didn't realize that every command I was giving it was a command to actually was written for like basic programming. When basic, I mean like PHP, Python, JavaScript, HTML. It was the language. It was like 10, load, Jumpman, comma 8, comma 1. And that was the little game I wanted to play. And it came with a manual. It was like, oh, what is this? Instruction line 10, 20, print your name. All right, let's see. Line 10, print, Mike, line 20, go to 10. My name went across the screen. I was like, wow, I can make this thing do whatever I want. Let's see. Okay, if then and all this, and I learned how to program. That was 11th grade now. No computer programming back then wasn't a thing because people didn't have computers at home. Why are we going to teach kids how to program? Suddenly, Apple II, all these things, schools go very quick and they create a curriculum. Now, the teacher was a math teacher. They sent him to Stony Brook University. He gets a crash course and he suddenly realizes I know more about it than him, and he's having me help him teach the class. So here's a kid that loved computers, but it was really nothing for the next 20 years. The internet comes out and I'm like, oh my goodness, the sales guy in the car business, this is the world that I've looked for. And I brought my sales with me, and which is the marketing end of it. But people know me as, one of the original guys. You've been around just as long as me, Reed. And I've been doing this now 21 years. And the 21 years in this August. Yeah, so it's 21 years. And so for me,
congratulations.
Thank you. A lot of people look at me as a, quote unquote, one of the founding fathers, gurus of this digital marketing stuff. But the truth is, I'm really a software developer. Everything I ever did was software. My early products, PowerLink generator, viral friend generator, butterfly marketing, information that went with it. Then I created Pay.com, which is a competitor to ClickBank, sold that company. I created the Evergreen Business System, which became Ever Webinar, Webinar Jam. We created a course called Webinar Control to teach that. And me and Andy did Kartra. He passed away. I left the company. He and I didn't get along with that's the past. And now I've got Groove, which it's like my Steve Jobs thing. I'm going to be here forever until I die. And hopefully that's not for a long time. So when I created Webinar Jam, Ever Webinar, and Kartra, that was going to be my last company. I didn't get along well with Andy when it came to work. He didn't get along with me, but when we were friends, we were very, very good friends. So one of us had to go. I said, I'll go. I had a 2-year non-compete, and I started Groove Digital, not Groove.cm. And Groove Digital was like my previous company, Genesis Digital. When we feel that we can create something better than anybody else, we enter the marketplace. We created Webinar Jam, which is the 4th best-selling webinar company in the world. We created Ever Webinar. which is the best-selling automated webinar platform in the world. We created Kartra, right? Because we felt we could create the best all-in-one platform. And when I left that, I set out to do the same thing. I only wanted to combine EverWebinar, Webinar Jam, Shopify, and Kartra into one, and that was Groove. And, you know, we've had a couple of other things like Groove Pay and Groove Agency in our mastermind, but we had an opportunity to buy Chatmatic, and we put several $100,000 into that in a buyout, and we suddenly realized, hey, this isn't our lane, and this is going to be unfair to the customers when they like Travis Stevenson is a better owner. So we gave him back the company and let him keep the several $100,000 what we paid him, because we realized you can't just buy a software company. Like, I didn't really know the way Facebook Messenger marketing and all the quote artificial chatbots, not an artificial intelligence. It was all if then and all this type of stuff. And I wasn't a big Facebook marketer, and I was like, this thing's going to die on the vine. Let's not do that to him. It wouldn't be fair, even if he got paid for it. So I see software come out all the time. And I'm like, oh, you know, it'd be cool if somebody did this, but I don't ever have the desire, because I need two things for it. Number one, passionate, and number two, feeling I could be the best in the world. So in September of last year, 2022, I'm at WebinarCon. Were you there?
I was not there. No.
Okay. So I was at WebinarCon, and somebody's speaking on stage, and all of a sudden, Mike. And I look over as I'm walking. I'm probably going to go to get some coffee or something like that. And it's Sean Vossler, and he goes, Mike, come here, show you something. I said, yeah, what's up? He goes, check this out. And he types, write an email promoting groove.cm. And now, okay, understand, this is September last year, 2 months before ChatGPT comes out. And I look. Trust me, we all remember when we saw ChatGPT the first time, and we can make it write a song, write a poem, and everything. I see it writing about my company, and that's because ChatGPT 3.5 had just come out. Jasper was ChatGPT 2 for the last 9 months. Everyone's like, I've seen it. It can kind of make headlines, but I mean, not as. I'd rather write my own copy. And now suddenly, this thing's writing better copy than me. And the funny thing is, can I share my screen? Is that okay?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to just share my my screen just real quick here, and I'm just going to pull this up here, and let's see, where's the escape key there? I'm off screen. I just want to open up a particular slide. Let's move this out of the way and just bring this in. Hit the escape button. All right, and. All right, let's see. I can find the slide here, and that's this slide. Okay, so look at this. In ChatGPT 3 was released, okay, in June of 2020, but then 3.5 was released when? In November of 2022. The next slide here, look at this. This is November 10th of 2022. Jasper was founded, and they're the guys, believe it or not, they're the guys that created the software platform FOMO. Proof. Use Proof. Yeah. Yeah. And so January 11th, they find this company. And then by November 10th of 2022, what are we talking? 20 months? They raised 125 million to a total valuation of 1.5 billion. Why? Those investors, I feel so bad for them. Their hair like must have stood when they saw what it could do. What they didn't realize is Jasper is essentially a user interface company wrapped around OpenAI. And so what happened is after that, November 30th, 20 days, 3 weeks after they get their investment, ChatGPT comes out, and suddenly, you know, if I skip to this slide right here, bear with me just a second. I'm off screen. Just gonna switch to. Let's see, how did that go? We're gonna go. All right, this slide right here. Jasper isn't the popular AI writer anymore. Prices are dropping. People are unsubscribing. Where did I see this? This was written August 14th, just 3 days ago. Jasper AI is not doing well. Who's next? Writer, copy.ai. And by the way, this is an AI image. Look at the rope finger, right, and the bad watch. You know, so they typed in somebody depressed at a keyboard. But not everything is sweet as it looks. Jasper, big example, at one point was a shining star. Jasper's popularity is dropping. Its prices are going down. More and more customers are choosing to cancel their subscription. Employees are getting laid off. The next slide says, in recent times, they were the life of the party. Now they're like Cinderella after midnight. And the reason why that happened is Sam Altman from OpenAI was telling all of these guys, you're getting it wrong. The future of AI is a chatbot. If he would have said that to me, I would have been like, no, we're Jasper. We know what we're doing. We've got customers. What I thought and what Jasper and everybody else thought was that he probably would have meant intercom, like create this little widget that goes in the corner and let people talk. And be like, no, people don't like chatbots. And so he created ChatGPT. At the beginning, at the bottom, it said developer demo. That's why he created, to attract developers to show what it could do. And then suddenly they read out those slides I was going through. They went to 100 million users in 60 days. TikTok took 9 months. They got 1 million users in 4 days. Gmail took 5 years to get there with a free product. So like the world completely changed. It was all over the news. It's where we are today. And so when I saw it, it spoke to me the way the Commodore 64 did when I was a kid. And so I've gotten to learn what is a large language model, what is really happening behind the scenes. But the more important thing is I said, oh my God, Jasper is a user interface around this API. They didn't develop anything. And these poor investors, I'm just calling, what it is. That's but I felt, here's the problem. After Jasper, ChatGPT came out, then Microsoft invests 10 billion. Then ChatGPT comes out with Plus and is suddenly competing with us, their developers. Like they're supposed to be just a developer kit, right? And so Jasper did it the old way. I call it content autopilot. If you wanted to write a blog post about socialism, it asks you 3 things. What's the blog title? What are the keywords? And what tone do you want to write it in? And then it wrote something very banal, like socialism is a very debated topic. Proponents say that it's blah, blah, blah. Those that oppose it, false, right? But what if you're a Marxist? You're going to want to write that different. So what if you're an unapologetic capitalist, right? You're going to want to write it from a Western capitalist point of view, right? And so Jasper suddenly realizes the chat came out and they announced we've just announced Jasper Chat. You go back in and see, are you going to keep your subscription? Like this is, you've basically put ChatGPT into Jasper, but you haven't added anything. And so the way that I look at what I wanted to do with Groove.ai is I realized that ChatGPT is a spreadsheet. It's Microsoft Excel and it's Google Sheets. Let's just say Google Sheets from here on. And so what's happening up until Groove.ai is everybody's saying, join my live stream. I'm going to show you what you can do with Google Sheets. And I'm making like an example, like if this was 20 years ago. So let's say you have an accounting company. You can put your invoices here and add, and they're basically showing you like the engine behind something. And then somebody else says, I'm going to show you how I created the skin to let Google Sheets run my entire front end for my restaurant, the menus, the pricing, and I lock these cells. And so that's what ChatGPT is. It's the foundation of a conversation with an all-knowing being. What we've done is what Quicken is to a spreadsheet, because it's a highly specialized software for business owners, or what a point of sale system is, like Square, when you go to pay for a bagel and a coffee, they flip the thing, you put in a tip. That is simply a layer on top of a database in a spreadsheet. What Groove.ai is, it's a layer on top of the foundation of ChatGPT that is made for digital marketers, that speaks to digital marketers with outputs and frameworks and projects and sharing and search and the ability to collaborate like you do like you do when you used to write it old school. So that's essentially it.
Fixing a lot of the problems that we're seeing with like ChatGPT and opening the doors for so many more opportunities and so many more ways to use your tool, it sounds like.
Yeah, ChatGPT has a lot of problems. I'll share my screen just one more time, and I'll pull in this right here, and I'll just let me do it in the browser. It's going to be a little bit easier in the browser because the escape key brings me back to all my slides here. And if I go to what were we? You were just asking me something. Oh, right here, ChatGPT. All right. So if we look here, and I'll just click the present button. It makes it a little bit bigger. The problems with ChatGPT is there's no folders. There's no search. ChatGPT lacks structured organizational system, making it a challenge to categorize and retrieve specific information. So I don't know if you've ever done this, Reed, where you sit there going like this. Where is, did I go too far? Maybe it's back up here. And you're looking like, I'm looking for that place where I wrote the email. Look at this. This is 2023. And we don't have a search feature.
It takes forever to find something.
It takes forever. And then the other thing is you can't really share a project with somebody. You got shared GPT, but you can't continue the conversation. And the problem with that, let me just see here. Where is that? Okay. Here it is. The other thing with that, with the no sharing, is there's no collaboration. Unlike Group.ai or Google Docs, you can't seamlessly share your work with collaborators. So what you end up doing is you're taking all of your copy here. So let's just take this, right? And have you ever had this problem, right? You open up a Google document. Let's just open up a blank document, and then you take all of this this stuff here. Let's just grab this. And then you go into your Google document, you're like, cool, paste. You're like, what in the world just happened here? And then suddenly you found out that there's this thing called right-click, paste without formatting. You're like, well, that sucks, because it literally is without formatting. And you're like, oh, wow, a new feature they just added. Look at this, the copy feature. So now I could copy this in and paste. And whoa, they're giving me literally the markdown code here. But with Groove.ai, we have, if you're in a project and you click on a new document here, you'll notice when we click paste, it keeps all the formatting. So that's just one example there. And also you're noticing in our interface, we'll do a demo later, is that anything that you're writing, if with or without the formatting, you simply just click move content to the right, and it moves the content right over there for you, just like that. And so now you can rename this here, draft. You would rename this final. You might rename this one bullets, right? Because I just want to put bullets here. Thanks, Mike. You might want to rename this one. I sometimes have something I call my scratch pad, right? And then over here, I'm going to just call this affiliate swipe 1. Now, let's just say I added 5 more affiliate swipes. But then I'm going to right here, I'm going to call this one landing page, right? And then I might need a blog. And I'm doing this for myself, my team, or I'm somebody on the team, and I need and look, we're even gonna write our pop-up copy, right? But you kind of get it, right? So now when we're done, I can share this 5 different ways. I can share it like this with admin. That means admin can see the settings. They can come in here. They can delete things. They can add, edit, and build onto the project. Or I could share it like Google Doc style, where I say you can edit, but you can't delete. Or you can only view. You could come in and copy, but you can't edit anything. It's view only. And then we have something we call client. And client, they don't get to see any of your chat settings, nothing. And you just give them a link, and all their assets are here. And you could hide some of these different things. And now they got landing page, blog, pop-up, everything that you give them is here. And now you could give them edit or view permissions there as well. So that's, again, here's our search. We have the ability to search. So when you go back to ChatGPT, it doesn't have the sharing, the collaboration. You're literally keeping, as we said, your chat here and then a document in Google Docs. And these things don't merge. They don't work well. Collaborative for you, your clients, your team. That's a disconnected workflow, the copy paste limitations. It has no knowledge base. So again, the way ours works is you just go into the system and you would create a knowledge base. And by going into a knowledge base, and I'll just put your name here. We could simply click right here. And then I could start uploading files of, I could add YouTube URLs. I could upload MP4s for audio. I could upload a 5 megabyte file. By the way, the Bible is 4.2 megabytes and War and Peace is 4.1 megabytes. And The Great Gatsby is 800 kilobytes. So, and then you could upload, for instance, this right here. If we look at this, this is right here. All right, welcome Groovesters, the Groove Nation. We have some exciting news today. This is a transcript of a 3-hour webinar. And then all I've got to do is just click upload. So right there. And now I can go create my registration page on this webinar I did yesterday and say, create teaser bullets, and I could actually demo that, but I could add more documents and more documents and more documents and more documents, more YouTube URLs. So if I wanted to do a blog post on socialism from a leftist point of view, I would find the YouTube videos that I like and then paste them in here, or the transcripts or anything, and find other blogs. And then I could say, write me a blog post, write me a report, write me whatever, or from a neutral point of view, or from a capitalist point of view. That's why we call this Content Copilot, because you'll notice when we're inside of our project right here, I can go into my dashboard, my knowledge base, and I can pull up this knowledge base right here. And if I have it at 0, that means it's not using the knowledge base. And if I have it here, it's only using the knowledge base. So if I ask it how to bake a cake, it's going to say, hey, no, that's not in the knowledge base. And so this is world knowledge that it's already been trained. And this is what I just said. No, I want you to rewrite a blog post, an email, or whatever the case. And if you put it here, it can use a little bit of both. This leans heavily towards the knowledge base, and this leans heavily, just a slight influence of that. So when we go back here, there's no knowledge base. So again, it's writing from its real world knowledge, and you're not guiding it in any way. And obviously, Reed, the most difficult thing about it is the prompt engineering. The biggest things that are happening right now that we think Groove is going to crush, that we're going to quote unquote put these guys out of business. Not that it's our intent, but there are people doing prompt engineering workshops, and they're literally, and it goes something like this, and it goes something like this. So I'm going to go off for about 90 seconds. So you have to look at ChatGPT as if you ask it, it's going to give you what you asked for. So if you say, give me an egg dish, it's going to give you a hard-boiled egg, and you're going to go, well, I did ask for an egg dish. I got egg salad, right? So you're going to say to yourself, well, if you really wanted soft scrambled eggs with parsley made with creme fraiche in the style of Gordon Ramsay with asparagus, well, if you type that, it'll give you that. And so that they're telling you. So you have to get in the mind of this. And it's like, oh, okay. So if you want to get good copy, let's ask for a blog post about Trello. Looks good? It's actually not. It's very boring. They say, so what we should really do is act like a content marketing specialist in the style of Neil Patel to an audience of digital marketers who are technophobes and millennial generation X, blah 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 blah. Your tone should be casual. The goal of this blog post, and you're like, oh, and then you see the output is like, wow, that is really, really good output. Give output in Markdown with H1 tags. Use bullets. Use the framework of the problem solution. And now it's like friggin' education again. It's like going to copywriting school to use an AI. It's like, so I kind of get what you're saying. I got to be a copywriter to create copy with AI. And it's really just a calculator for words. It's just doing the work faster, but I can't use a scientific calculator unless I know what's going on. Groove has solved that problem. That's what we did with the left side of our thing. Is it okay to just show that real quick?
Yeah. How do you solve that problem?
Okay, so we're going to go back to the screen here, and we're going to go and we're going to create an avatar for you, who we're talking to. So we're going to go, let's create a new project.
Sure.
And I'm just going to call it AI VC. All right, which is, let's see here, projects, create a new project. AI VC stands for virtual conference. Create new. There we are. All right. And let's see, which AI service do I want to use? I'm going to use 3.5, not 4.0. Okay, because that spits out the text faster, and we're going to save time here. So let's create a new preset. Okay, so who do we want to act like here? We have a direct response, and for some reason I only have 5 of these put in right now. My spreadsheet here has all of these different things. Direct response. We have about 30 different things that you can act like. Nonfiction author, then you can speak like Malcolm Gladwell. But if you say, news journalist, let's take this one here, screenwriter, I think I just saw. So here you got Quentin Tarantino, Aaron Sorkin, etc. You've got all of these different people. And then once you choose the role, then you choose the persona. Then we got the most famous people for that. So let's just, for this one right here, let's choose direct response copywriter. And by the way, the software comes out September 5th for everybody. So right now I'm showing an early access preview version. So we'll just do Dan Kennedy. I think everybody knows that name. That's cool. Let's talk about your target audience. Who are they?
Sure.
Are they digital marketers?
The people that are attending this conference typically have interacted with some sort of AI tool. Maybe they've been looking at some stuff or scrolling on some AI sites.
What do they do for a living? Let's start there.
Sure. So a lot of them are kind of looking to get into the digital marketing space. They're looking to switch careers right now. So a lot of them have a wide variety of background, but they're really looking to switch and make something online.
So we could say seeking business, seeking to be digital marketers. All right, that's the target audience. Currently working full time and you could do this. It doesn't matter how long. Want to transition. Want to become an entrepreneur. I think
that's always a hard word to do.
Yeah, I always just type whatever I want and right click. That's usually what I do for that. Right. So that's them. Let's now talk about their avatar, and the avatar is more demographic, right? The target audience is more psychographic, like we got in the mind of the person. And now when we get into the avatar, we're not talking about the way they think. We're talking about who they actually are. And I'll give you an example of an avatar, like baby boomer women, recently divorced, empty nesters. Something like that is, conservative, Republican, rural Democrat city, or lives in a city. So something like that. How would you describe the people here? Let's start with their generation. Are they Gen Z, Millennial, Generation X, or any combination?
I'd say they would lean more Millennial, and Generation X would be.
And you can see, look, I already had that right here. That's my customer as well. So MILLENNIAL and Gen X. And are they technophobes or technophiles?
I'd say more technophobes.
Okay, so technophobe. Anything else about them?
I think those are the kind of the two big things.
That's usually where I stop. Yeah, that's usually where I stop, because we've got a lot. Now, I'm just going to tell you, you want to write at a 12th or 10th grade reading level, you're going to get much better copy. If it defaults somewhere around college, and you don't want to write copy in blogs that way. Now, any rules here? Rules are something.
I guess, what does that mean?
So for me, I'll give you an example, and usually you'll leave this blank, but let's say for me, I'm writing a blog post about funnels, right? And so I'm setting up this, and I might say something like, never mention ClickFunnels, Like, I don't want step number 7 to be, and there are great tools out there like Lead Pages and ClickFunnels. So I might just say, never mention ClickFunnels. And then the custom edition, this is where you could add anything to the prompt, like always be polite, always be humorous, or something like that. The reason what the custom edition for, in a nutshell, Reed, is simply for somebody's going to come up to me and say, there's one thing that you're missing. I wish you had the ability for me to find it. Yeah, just what you can just write it here now. So we're going to save this. And I'm just going to call it Millennial and Gen X Technophobe, right? And we're going to be writing like a copywriter in the style of Dan Kennedy to people that are seeking to be digital marketers, but they currently have a job. So the copy might say things like, if you're willing to, if you're blah, 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 you're going to find that this is a tool that might help you in your journey, right? And we're writing at a 12th grade reading level. And here we are back in our project. Now, this is our Chat GPT area, and this is our Google Doc area. We could select a knowledge base. Let's just not use it right now because we're going to get weird copy, right? And so now let's select one of our presets. This is the one that we just created. So now everything we write is going to be like a copywriter talking to the right target audience, the right demographic in that target audience, like Dan Kennedy, to in a 12th grade reading level. So now, Reed, give me a popular tool that you use to run your business. Something popular that didn't come out 3 months ago, like that you've been using for several years, whether it's Trello or something like that.
Sure. I mean, one of the autoresponders I use is GetResponse.
Okay,
so that's been around forever.
So we're gonna write a blog post about GetResponse. Right now, rewind 10 minutes ago, the prompt guy is telling you that you've got to do this, right? Act like and write in the style of, I want you to create a blog post for blah, blah, blah. Do not write it too techy as this user, right? And it's friggin' prompt engineering. We've eliminated that for you. So here we go, prompt, blog. There we go. That's your blog post. Now, if you want to do an email, you got an email, outline, headline, subject line, and here you've got grammar, translate, check plagiarism, rewrite, bullets, e-commerce, short sales letter, webinar sales outline, explainer script, long form video, VDSL, testimonial, everything that you could possibly need as a digital marketer. We'll probably be adding more, but it doesn't matter. If you don't want any of these, no problem. You know what you do? You simply say default, and then you say, get response, make the output, and you can manually put it in ChatGPT style. So you're not locked into these. But let's do a blog post. What else are we noticing here? Well, this is dynamic. Yes, I want the blog title. Do that for me. Do the keywords and give me the previous snippet. Now, I got all the prompt engineering in the back that says optimize this for SEO, right? That's already in the back. Now, you're going to notice I can do short, medium, or long. I'm going to do it short because it's a demo, but let's not sleep on this here. This is the framework that the blog is going to be written on. We have the top 10 frameworks for everything that you choose. So listicle is, and you can do normal, and that means you don't want to do anything. Introduction, list the item, explanation, conclusion, or the how-to post, the checklist post, all the way down to the review post. I think the review is good. Now, you'll notice they change when I go to email. These are completely different frameworks, right? If I want to do a headline, look at these different frameworks I have. The achieve exceptional result in X amount of time, the social proof, the how-to, the list, the question, negative angle, the verses, the best, all the way down to the who else wants to, right? We've got all of these different headlines. But we're here to do a blog post. And we said that we wanted to do a review. Okay. We want all these items included. And now here, how do we want this written? Well, let's open this up for the tone. Now, if I want it custom, I can just type in anything that I want, right? And you can see it says in the style of, and I'll make this a little bit bigger just so it looks a little easier on the screen. But I want to keep it this way. Let's see what we got. Let's keep it engaging, conversational. Why not? Let's just see what happens when we go playful as well. Dan Kennedy's very playful anyway. So now we're going to go into the style, and let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to say, let's do descriptive. We really don't have to go too crazy there. And now we're going to do the goal. So the goal of this blog post is definitely SEO, but I also want to make a sale with my affiliate link. And I think that's pretty good, right? And so now the output, there's normal. Now Markdown is what I showed you before, where it gives you the H1, H2, uses bullet points and everything like that. And ours will automatically transpose. Just for this quick demo right now, I don't know if my developers actually plugged that in just yet. So I would have to say it here right in Markdown. Let's just leave that normal. And this, they misunderstood a screenshot that I sent them. This is supposed to look like this. Optimized for default. That's just regular ChatGPT, direct response, SEO, or creative. Now, I don't want to get too much into this, Reed, but I just want everybody to know that as a developer, we get these things in the background that we get to set the temperature, controls randomness, right? We get to control the top P. And oh, by the way, we have this up to 4,000 tokens. Go and give 8 times the length of ChatGPT that you can get. This controls diversity via nucleus sampling. What the hell does that mean? I don't know.
That's super
frequency
nerdy.
penalty. Yeah. Frequency penalty, presence penalty, all this nonsense. Basically, what I did is I asked ChatGPT, what are the best settings for these for direct response? And you can see for creative, you want your top P to be here and all this different stuff. For direct response, you want it here and all that. So we have creative, SEO, direct response, and default. And those settings actually changes the way the language model works. It has nothing to do with the prompt. And that's some of the beautiful things in the background that ChatGPT can't do. So now, Reed, what I call this right here, you just got to enter the protein. Why do I call this the protein? Well, what are proteins, right? Egg, chicken, beef, turkey, eggplant, tofu, goat, or lamb. What are we using in this recipe? Over here, we've already decided the difference between Kung Pao chicken and chicken franchise. Same protein, but very different recipe, very different instructions, very different method to cook it. It's the same thing we were talking about before with the egg. The egg, I just put the protein in egg. And here, this is where we say Gordon Ramsay's, right? Soft scrambled eggs versus egg salad, right? So all the prompt engineering, it happens here. Like to become a chef, it's like working on an iPad on a microwave. Like everything is here for you. So here, I think you told me get response. That's the protein. All I've got to do is
you could switch it up to get response, or you could write one on Aweber or Active Campaign or whatever. That'd be the only thing you need to change.
Yeah. So watch this. I don't have to say write me. I just literally put get response, just like that. And here we go. The ultimate tool for effective email marketing. Now it's writing to the right user. It gives me the keywords, the snippet that I could use on my blog, introduction in today's digital age, examination, et cetera, conclusion. And this is a short blog post. If I did it long, it would be long. When I'm done, I move this over, oops, I think I might have crashed my browser here. Let me just hit the refresh button. All right. And now let's move this over. Yeah, just like that. And again, now I can come in here and I can start doing my, H1 tag, et cetera. I can do my bold, add hyperlinks, add images, all of that stuff, even do AI images. One of the best things, Reed, is that ChatGPT helps you get some of the stuff that you want. But once you're looking at, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. Imagine right here. I'm just going to highlight anything. And let's just put an enter here. And it's creating it, with numbers. And I'm just going to go here. So let's just say this section right here, right? And let's just do this so you can see it's just in numbered, right? So you shut the numbers off. It was a numbered list instead of a bulleted list. Let's say right here, I feel this is too complicated, or I want to expand on this, or right click, and I'm going to get this. Check this out. I'm going to be able to right click anything, and I'm going to be able to say, rewrite this, because I don't like the way it was written. So I don't have to paste it back in ChatGPT, rewrite it, paste it back in. Once I've got my document and I want to start fine tuning, I could fix the grammar and punctuation. More like this, expand on this, Make more concise, make longer, simplify, create an outline, create talking points, give an example, create a metaphor, find a related famous quote, something Winston Churchill that might relate to this, right? Or an analogy, a proverb, a maxim, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, those types of things, right? An allegory, a parable, an aphorism, or an adage. It would be so great now at this point where you can simply just highlight that little thing and be like, create a metaphor and find something from Mark Twain. Mark Twain once said, a wise man who does this, blah, blah, neither that or right. And you could say Mark Twain once said this. So just the ability to be able to do that with a right click is going to be fantastic. But now, let's say I wanted to add some bullet points in here. Okay. Well, let's just add them to the bottom here, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go more, and I'm just going to go to bullet points, and I can just say get response. But what we forgot is that for the bullets, I want to choose a framework. Let's do feature, advantage, benefit, and then the benefit of that benefit. And then if I do that, I'm now getting bullets.
Nice.
Right. And so once this is done, should be done any second, I simply click insert into the document and I say, you know what, that's great, but I really only want these 3 because I'd really like to get one with some teaser bullets, because I want to use teasers in an email, a solution that can help you do this. The details are inside. So I would just say, I could just say more, right? I could say create additional response, just like that. That simple. And so now, Reed, I have something that I can share with people. I can search. I can only have the content come from a knowledge base, and it's one big project that I have with everybody. And I don't need to do prompt engineering. It's completely eliminated the need to use prompts. All you do is put the topic, and all of the you're always writing to the right person in the right style, the right tone, with the right goal, the right output, and moving everything to a document. So that in a nutshell is Content Copilot. And I think for users, it's going to just, I've always, before we had Groove.ai and I used to do trainings on ChatGPT and said, ours is coming soon, I had to show people prompt engineering. And what I find, what happens, most of the people that are getting bad results they're just saying, write me a blog post about this. And at the end of the day, you need to be a copywriter to get copy from ChatGPT, because you have to say, write in this style, use the framework of the problem, agitate, solve. And then when you do that, you get great stuff. But if you don't know that stuff, it's not going to have good output. I put all of that stuff into the left side of the panel for everybody. So if you want Gordon Ramsay or you want Iron Chef, that happens on the left. Now you just put the protein at the bottom, cottage pie, shepherd's pie, right? But did you want the vegan version? Well, that happens on the left, right? So that's why we're making things so much easier for our users. And Groove.ai comes out September 5th. That's phase 1. But later we're going to have something that we call our version of Content Autopilot, and it'll at least create all of the drafts for you with the click of a button. So you're going to have a dashboard where you're going to say, I want 7-day follow-up series, cart abandoned series. I want my landing page, my webinar registration page, a thank you page, pop-up copy. After they buy, I want a stick strategy, onboarding strategy. I need affiliate swipe copy and a blog post. Boop. It'll say, your project is working in the background. Come back in an hour. And 37 minutes later, you see it. And then all of those tabs, affiliate swipe 1, affiliate swipe 2, all that is going to be done. Now, again, you still should go in there and fine tune it, do the right click, do the bold, all of those different things. And now, if you're a one-man show, you've got all your stuff. If you're an employee on a team, your boss is going to love you. If you're a CEO, you're buying this for your team. And you're like, I know you're a copywriter, but do this. And, we'll never have to hire another copywriter again, because now you can do the work of 5 copywriters. And if you're a consultant or an agency, imagine being able to go out and tell people, I could do this for you. Yeah, can you show me some of your work? Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll do a makeover of your website. You put their website in and you say, use our rewrite function, but in the style of Dan Kennedy to this target market. And you ask them, who's your target market? And he's like, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. You're thinking, I'm going to need these presets, right? Who's your avatar, right? You come in and you're like, hey, I redid your copy for you. I took everything of MikeFilsaime.com paragraph by paragraph and said, rewrite it better to this target audience. And so when you have better results. And the problem is if you use ChatGPT, you don't know the results are bad. Again, right? You're not a copywriter, so you can't recognize bad copy. This is going to give you the better results. Better results get you better click-through rates on your emails, or better open rates on your emails. Better open rates means more people sees your emails, which will then give you higher click-through rates. When they get on the landing page, you're going to get better engagement, better opt-ins, bigger list, more sales, more upsells, more cross-sells, more order bumps, happier customers, better customer service, and overall more productivity because you're getting all of this stuff out faster. Better exit pops, better headlines on your websites, better FAQ sections. These have compounding effects. You will easily 10x your productivity while doubling your conversions. And so, like I said, yeah, the software comes out. Reed, where do they go to get access to this? Do you have your link set up?
I've set up a link. It's completely AI or completely.ai/groove. And that should redirect to you.
I'm just going to pull this over, hit my escape button. I'm going to go all the way to a slide, and I'm just going to put that on the screen. And I'm just building it out off screen over here. And you said that is completely for
completely.ai.
Okay. Where'd we go? Completely. Okay, let's go. Completely.ai/groove.
Yep, that's correct.
All right, see. All right, I think I've got that. Completely.ai.
Yep, completely.ai.
That's a great domain name. So let me share my screen and tell me if that looks right. We'll click present.
Yeah, please so. Complete.
All right.
.ai/groove.
So I'm going to click on that and see. Oops, that's actually, I have to unlink that. It was linked to a previous one that I have. Let me see, is there a hyperlink feature here? Yeah. So we're just going to link right to that. Okay, yeah, it was linked to a previous one that I had. But now that I have that there, I can just paste that into the browser. And now, okay, so I think I spelled completely wrong, right? Complete. Let's just see how to spell completely. If I spelled that wrong. Yep, there we go. That's the problem. So we're just going to put that back in because we don't want anybody to type that wrong. And now we've got it. All right, we're going to go to completely.ai/groove. And here we go, folks. You are seeing the actual page where you could sign up. All you want to do is scroll to the bottom. Again, you go to completely.ai/groove, and you have two options to get access to this. It's lifetime, because right now you're getting it as a backer. You're getting in before the software comes out. So if we look at the calendar, it's September, right here. September 4th is Labor Day. So we're releasing it on September 5th through the 8th. We're going to have 5,000 people in total backing this project. And so we're going to give out $1,250 a day over 4 days. So you will get access if you back it now, somewhere between the 5th and the 8th. And the price is just one-time payment of $897, and then you'll never pay us anything ever again. You could break that up for just a little bit more into 2 payments of $497. And this is the important thing. If you become a backer, we're going to give you unlimited knowledge bases, unlimited sizes for your knowledge bases, unlimited presets. You'll have unlimited team members that you could add and collaborate with. Now, if you don't back this project, on September 1st, we're rolling this out as a SaaS platform at $99 a month. That will come with only 3 knowledge bases and no team member collaboration, and only 10 presets. There'll be a $299 a month option from now until the end of time, because it's a SaaS company like ClickFunnels. You pay $299 a month. And that's going to give you 25 knowledge bases and 25 team members and 25 presets. And at $499 a month, it will be unlimited. So if you want the unlimited version, you could wait, which I don't recommend, September 1st and get it for $499 a month. Or you could buy it now for just 2 payments of $497 and own it for life and never pay again, because you will get classified as a backer who helped us develop the software, because we have a lot more that's coming out. Reed, I didn't even tell you, or maybe I did. You're gonna have the ability to be able to create a brand website. Did I tell you that? You're gonna be able to. Yeah, we're gonna ask you 30 questions about your business. We're gonna have you upload your logo and ask you for the colors, and then it's gonna build all of your pages, and then all of the blocks on the pages, add the images, add all the copy, the buttons, everything like that to match your brand. And it'll do that in about an hour. And you'll come back and you'll have a link, and you click that link, it'll bring it right into Groove Pages, or you can download the HTML or export it to Webflow or Figma. So that's
what a time saver.
Yeah. Plus the content autopilot, as I said. So, and I'm going to show one more thing. We have this thing right here called Happy Hour. We do this on our live streams. I'm going to open up for your people as well. Right now, if they click, so let me just show you where to do, because if you're not paying attention and you're looking at your phone, come back here for just a minute, because you're going to be like, where do you get it for $250 for 4 payments? 1 payment of $897, that's $900. 2 payments of $497, that's $1,000. There's another way to get it for $1,000. That's breaking it up into 4 payments. Go underneath the complete purchase. Looking for Happy Hour, click here. When you click there, another secret widget is going to open up, and you'll see here, you can get it for $1,000, but you could break it up into 4 payments. 4 payments of $250, or I'll say it like Ron Popeil, and then it's just 4 payments of $250. Audience applause, right? So there you right. So there you go. You could pay $499 a month later for what you're getting now, and if you want less, you could pay $299 a month for the rest of your life, or just 4 payments of $250, and have something that's going to help you either run an agency, work for your clients, be a better team member, or you buy for your employees, or buy for yourself if you're a solopreneur on this journey, and you'll never pay again after that. Now, Reed, we've got one more thing. Again, and this is something that benefits you, Reed. If they take this option, which I highly recommend, and you're going to see how many people are going to take this, because we made it unbelievably easy. You got to go to completely.ai, and don't spell it like Mike Filsaime, spell it correctly. Completely.ai/groove. And when you go there and you get to this order section and you choose the $897, the $497, or even if you choose this, you're going to see this option here as well. You have to consider this option.
Yeah, what is this option?
This is the white label option. You simply click on this, and you don't pay anything for 5 months. So it's not going to cost you anything to do it today. It's free for the first 5 months, because the white label option comes out in December or early January. So the first payment is going to be in January. So you have no payments until January, and it's $497 a month. What is $497 a month? It gives you a complete white label solution of Groove.ai. So what does it take to build a platform like this? Well, you've got to hire developers. You've got to do customer support. You've got to do the refunds, the processing. You've got to work with the developers and constantly pay people, $20,000, $30,000 a month worth of developers to build something like this. Or I'm going to show you here, Reed. I'm going to just slide this over to the left, and then I'm going to open another one, and I'm going to slide this one over to the right. And I'm going to show you this thing called Click Designs. This is by our friends Mo Latif. He created a software platform that I love so much. And I said, hey, dude, can I get a white label of that? He says, no. I said, why wouldn't you? And he goes, I said, no, I'm not going to get the code. I'm going to buy a domain called Groove Designer Pro. And if you log into my app, you're going to see I advertise it here on my dashboard. I advertise about 5 different things. If we're lucky, we'll see it, show up right here. Right there is Groove.ai. If I refresh, it might be the Marketer's Cruise, but I rotate Groove Designer Pro and Groove Agency and all these different products here. Like I said, there's some Marketers Crews, but a Groove Designer Pro, they look very similar, right? They're really going to look similar here when you click on the login, right? So look at that. It's the same thing. When you log in, you think you're a Groove Designer Pro, you think you got a software from us. We do training on it. And this thing makes me about $13,000 a month. Nice. In recurring income. So that's the opportunity that we're giving for your members of the AI virtual conference that are watching right now, or completely.ai, I should say. So let's read this, the FAQ. That'll make more sense. What is the Groove.ai white label opportunity? The Groove.ai white label opportunities allows individuals or businesses like you, Reed, or anybody else to run their own SaaS company or agencies with the Groove.ai platform, branded under their own name. Nobody will know it's Groove.ai. And since you can go in, let's just do this. Let's go back to this. Look at this. You can go right into dark mode. Look at that. Completely look more like a dark mode ChatGPT. Isn't that gorgeous? But check this out. Your brand colors are more like this orange here. Look at that. Now you've got something that matches your brand. You upload your own logo and you're in business, baby. And you're going to go, no, Mike, that would be 1,000 customers, right? Not 100. No, wait till you see what happens with just 100 customers, right? All right. How is it customizable? I kind of just showed you that, right? Mm-hmm. Who handles the back-end process like updates, payment, support? Groove will manage all the intricate back-end processes, which include, but aren't limited to, development, the updates, the payments, the customer support, and then the refunds. Will I get any tools to customize the software? Yes. You'll have an admin panel where you can set everything up. What are the costs involved? Nothing today. You just got to become a backer to do it. But as you saw at the checkout here, you just click this option here and it's free for the first 5 months because the white label gets released in January, and that's when you start paying. So you're not going to pay anything extra today, but where were we? What are the costs involved, right? Yep. The white label will be made available in January. From then, you'll be billed $497 a month. All right. How is the profit split? The price point set for the software, as I just said, are $99 a month, $299 a month, and $499 a month. If you're not lucky enough to have seen this, Reed went out of his way with Larry to make sure you had an opportunity to see this. So you can thank them for going to this website here, completely.ai/groove. And now you only have to pay 4 payments of $250 to get the software. Nothing today. And if you want to get the AI, you're in business where I'm paying $30,000 a month to build this. You'll have your own platform for $497 a month. And nice. You could come up with your own name. Reed, you can make your software called completely.ai. And when you're done with this, turn it into a software platform.
It's a perfect domain for it.
I think so, right? $99 a month, $299, $499 a month. After deducting the merchant processing fee, because we're partners, the profits are split 50-50. On average, a customer is some are going to take $99, some are going to take the $300 a month option. All right. The average customer is going to pay about $200 a month. All right. That's generating you a profit net after we split it about $100 a month per customer that's on the platform. What's the potential income? This is where you like to say to yourself, that can't be. Consider an average value of $200 per month per customer, and then we split that 50-50, leaving you $100 per customer on average. Well, if $100 per customer and you get just 100 customers on the platform, you can anticipate a monthly recurring revenue of 10 grand a month. And how do you do that? You go out, you talk to people, and you say, hey, I got a software I can show you, right? And just like I did with Groove Designer Pro, the bigger the influencer you are, the easier this is. But anybody, as you said, Reed, they want to be an inspiring entrepreneur, get into the software business. You want to go buy a Subway franchise, good luck. Like your rent is going to be $3 grand a month just for this facility. Here it's $497 and you're making money. All right. When is the white label access being released? As I said, January. What happens if I can't maintain my white label? Look, we're fair. We understand you might bounce a payment or two, but if you don't make a payment, you don't get paid that month. If you come back in 3 or 4 months, you can reactivate it. After a certain point, we'll probably just take it over and say, hey, sorry, we've shut it off. But look, we're not looking to do that. I'd rather have you as a partner, right? I'd rather be sending you checks. Can I sell or transfer my white label? Absolutely. Like, you own this business. So if you have a business that's doing 10,000 a month with only 100 customers, well, that's 120,000 a year. You could get 4x to 3x multiple. So you could sell this for $250,000 to $400,000 with just 100 customers. Is there a limit on how many white labels? Yeah, you can buy up to 3. Would we buy your white label? Look, if you've got more than 100 paying customers and you've had your account for more than a year, we might consider buying it, because then we don't have to pay you anymore. We'd make you an offer. Is there a grace period? Yeah, you won't pay anything today. Once you become a backer, you tick the box that says don't pay anything today. We start billing you in January. And I got to tell you, Reed, like 9 out of 10 people are taking the white label. People are just falling in love with that option. So that pretty much wraps up why we started Groove.ai, what Groove.ai is compared to ChatGPT, how it works, how you can get it at lifetime and become a backer, and then take the ultimate opportunity and become an owner of the white label. And fair warning, we are limiting the white label to reduce competition for everyone. We don't need tens of thousands of them out there. So when we get enough of these out there, we're good. We're getting $497 a month for it. 1,000 people, right? Again, this is why when I showed you just 100 people, if we had 1,000 people for us paying $497 a month, we're making $500,000 a month. That's enough money for us. And you're going out and selling it and making us more money. So we look at this like McDonald's. I don't want to put a McDonald's across the street from a McDonald's. I want to make you successful. And if you're not going to pay me $497 a month, and I'm going to have a point of diminishing returns. So this white label, when they're gone, they're gone. So make sure to get access to that. And if you tick this box and in 3 months you said, maybe I'm not ready for this, no problem. We're not going to bill you, right? Until you can just cancel your subscription. So that's Groove.ai in a nutshell. And I think that people are watching this AI conference here, and a lot of people are going to be showing ChatGPT. If I were to come out here and poop all over ChatGPT, that would be very disingenuous, right? That would be like I just said, like if Google Sheets came out, but then I created Quicken on top of it. I'm not going to talk about Google Sheets being bad. I'm going to be like, the engine behind this created this point of sale system for your acai berry site, right? Or store. That's what we did. I think ChatGPT is so good. I've built my company on ChatGPT's technology. I just created a better user interface. Am I going to keep ChatGPT Plus? Of course. The other day, I couldn't figure out why every time I touch my phone, my AirPods jump here. And I'm like, oh, hold on a second, guys. My AirPods stopped working. It was something called handoff. Am I going to go into Groove.ai? No, I use ChatGPT as my new Google. Hey, I'm having a problem, and it gives me all that stuff, right? So everything that you're learning from Reed, from Larry, from all of these awesome guests that came on before me and that are going to be coming on after me, they're talking to you about ChatGPT. Just know that you're going to be able to take what they show you and turbocharge it even better on with Groove.ai. Now, if somebody's giving you lessons on prompt engineering, you can smirk, but I promise you're going to learn something from them that you can still apply to Groove.ai.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Mike. Everyone here should really go to completely.ai/Groove and pick up a copy of Groove AI. And I really like this SaaS option that you've put together, because that is a really cool way for people to get into the software business. I mean, you've been in the software business for quite a while now, and I know you've made a ton of money in software, and so have a lot of other people. I mean, that is where the big money is made, is in software. And, even if you could get a handful of people in your local community to sign up through your white label, that's making you quite a bit of money from being a white label member of Groove AI. So I think this is a really kind of ground floor opportunity for people to get in. You don't have to mess around with getting a team of programmers to make a software for you. You don't have to deal with all the support. You don't have to deal with all the processing. Let Mike and his team, they've been dedicated to doing this for years, do that for you, so you can be in the business of spreading the word about your software. I mean, imagine how easy it's going to be to explain to people in your life that, yeah, I own a software business.
Mhm.
versus, oh, I do stuff on the internet. Like people don't have a clue what that means. But if you are like, yeah, I have a software business, I have an AI company, like that's really going to make you stand out in your community. It's going to make you stand out to friends and family. I think this is a great opportunity. So go to completely.ai/groove right now and pick up your copy of Groove AI. And really, I would consider checking that box and getting the SaaS white label of Groove AI. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you'd like to add, Mike?
No, Reed, I think, man, you wrapped that up great. I was like, I'm taking notes. I got some of those things you said were great. And yeah, look, there are times where, I pitch even my own products, and if I'm pitching like a 25K mastermind, there is something in the back of my head, I swear, Reed, there are sometimes I say, man, I hope the wrong person isn't buying this, right? Because I don't want somebody to think that they're going to spend 25,000. I'm going to guarantee them success. I take a lot when somebody buys my 25K mastermind. And when I get somebody like you that buys it, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to help this guy. Like I guarantee I'm going to help this guy, increase 20% to his business and add several hundred grand. But when I meet somebody, we don't take them anymore. When we get on the call and we say, Simone says, so tell me about your business. What are you selling? And they go, well, I was hoping you could help me with that. We immediately, oh, okay. So we changed the way we promise. Like, for our mastermind, like you have to have your own business and things like that. When it comes to Groove.ai, unapologetic. We're giving you, like, you should buy this. Like 4 payments of $250. If you're on an AI virtual conference and if that's something where you're like, no, I'm not, if you didn't like my product, I get it. But if you're saying, I don't see how that's going to help me in my business, then I don't think this, I've been showing this a few times. People are going nuts watching this. And it's the same thing. We've all done it. What does a Subway franchise cost? Remember that time you Googled, what does a McDonald's franchise cost? We've all done it, saying, maybe it would be cool to have, 3 McDonald's, especially before the internet. And then we always go down to Subway because we know that that's a lot easier and cheaper. But yeah, come up with $250,000. Then you got to, get a place, you got to lease, you got to buy employees, and you got to go through training and all that stuff, and you know what a Subway guy makes about, he nets himself about 8 to 10 grand a month. Maybe a little bit more if he's really crushing it, but not as much as you would think. And that's pretty good still. Some would probably make it $250,000 a year. All right. But with us, if you want to make $250,000 a year, you only need 200 clients, right? So for $497, you can either spend $250,000 to get a franchise, or for $497, you're in business with your own software platform. As you said, no developers. We pay you monthly. We do the refunds, we do the support, we do everything for you, and you just go out there and tell people you have a company, and now you can start training on it. It's a really good opportunity.
Now, speaking of training, I was kind of curious for people that are getting this SaaS white label option. Would there be anything to kind of help them start that business so they know how to spread the word about it, or is that anything that's in the works?
In Groove, we do 2 to 3 live streams a month. We try to do 1 a week, where we're always teaching marketing, and now we've combined AI with the marketing because they go hand in hand. So we're going to be training marketing with Groove.ai hand in hand almost weekly.
Awesome. So, people could, just as easily kind of demo their white label version of Groove AI, do like a little video on YouTube or Facebook, and they're just kind of spreading the word about their tools. That's something real basic they could do, or they could follow your training and really ramp things up to that kind of the 10x level of having massive success on the internet. So that's fantastic. Well, thank you, Mike. Everyone on this call, go to completely.ai/groove, pick up Groove AI today, check that box, get involved in the software business. Mike says that you're not going to get billed for that until January. I would just check the box, because you're going to be kicking yourself later on going, hey, I missed that opportunity. Yeah. So just do it right now and pick up Groove AI. Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. All right, guys, right there, I believe underneath us, completely.ai/groove. And looking forward to seeing you as a backer. Thank you.